Right, Kamal Mitra Chenoy of the Aam Aadmi Party, and there is also with us Sudhanshu Trivedi of the BJP. We continue to invite the Aam Aadmi Party on all our debates, and they don't actively participate. But Kamal Mitra Chenoy does. Grateful for that. Kamal Mitra Chenoy, thanks. And Sudhanshu Trivedi, thanks. Now, Kamal Mitra Chenoy, highly indulgent of you, right? Let's consider a situation, Mr. Chenoy, that a top BJP leader, right? Suppose Narendra Modi or Rahul Gandhi are caught on tape telling somebody who has interviewed them, you know what, this part I'm not going to say, this part I'll say, this part you play up, this question is important, and then this is how it is to be done. So suppose this kind of a off-record conversation, right, were to go out featuring Mr. Modi. Would you spare Mr. Modi?
Well, listen, when there is a conversation which is not on record, it's not on record. So it's not on record.
No, but it's an authentic conversation.
That arises of either sparing or supporting. It's off the record.
But it's an authentic conversation.
Of course, it's an authentic conversation, but it's not a conversation meant for the media. It's
right, but no, 1 minute. But then a conversation.
What the person is saying
but if it's a conversation, and it's a conversation which is authentic, as you're saying, and it is a conversation which is not meant for the media, are we to assume that Arvind Kejriwal has two faces? One face for the media, and one face, away
Arnab,
from the media.
Let's not nitpick on this. Arnab, you know that every politician, or for example, ambassadors who speak to the press, have some things on record and other things off record.
But a principle, the idea principle, the principle of it,
you got hold of a
the principle of it, the Congress party said is fixing. You see, the principle of it is that you don't do vote bank politics, but in the conversation there is a reference to vote bank politics, and now some things need to be said. The anchor says some things need to be said because that is the vote bank. Right? And then in another part, there's a conversation where it allegedly says that, you know what, I will not say this about the private sector because I don't want to lose this vote bank. And then one part says, play up some other part about Bhagat Singh or something like that. And then the person, we're going to play the part about Bhagat Singh. I mean, Bhagat Singh is not a marketing tool, for Arvind Kejriwal.
Or any intellectual who does not speak off the record to the media.
No, there is off-record conversation, but can it be diametrically opposite to the on-record posture?
We want to say things to the media which we are cautious about saying outside the media.
No, but suppose I'll give you one example, Kamal Mitra Chenoy. You have very radical views which several people disagree with. For example, vis-a-vis Naxalites. Tomorrow, if in an off-record conversation, you would have a completely different position against Naxalites, but on record you are for them, right? Then people would say, my God, do you have two faces?
Against them. Arnab, you're wrong. There is a book on Maoism published by Penguin Press, written by me, which is very critical of the Maoists. So you're wrong.
I am giving a hypothetical situation, and you know what I'm talking about. I am saying here today, wasn't Arvind Kejriwal supposed to be a different kind of politician? One who would have no difference between his public and private postures. Because, when you judge everyone and then you say TV channels have been paid money.
Public statements in a grid of information and ideas which would make sure that they were not misdirected. And it wasn't, after all, to Times Now.
Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Another media organization. And in this TRPS thing, they was taken up and blown up. It's not the main question about Arvind Kejriwal's actual position or his fighting the poor.
Mr. Kamal Mitra Chenoy, it can be argued that the Aam Aadmi Party must decide what it is fighting. Is the Aam Aadmi Party fighting the elections, or is the Aam Aadmi Party fighting the media? And if all the media is bought over, then why does Arvind Kejriwal agree to take a ride on a private jet from one particular media organization? The same media organization in another video has this conversation. So our media organizations,
some of the media is under the influence.
Oh, so those who criticize you,
all media,
those who criticize you are under the influence are biased, are prejudiced, are not honest. And those who praise you to the moon and tell you what questions we'll ask
Arnab,
and which part will be played up.
You don't exactly
if a media organization tells you we'll play up this part, we won't play up that part. They are good media.
And there are others like me.
Come on,
I think you're overdoing it.
No, come on. Okay, Sudhanshu Trivedi, what's really the point? What is your problem with this whole... You've been wanting to talk about this, about the video going viral. Let's hear from you first, and then I have a couple of questions to you, because I know that the BJP in the past has also not been very fair on the media. We'll come to that later. Yes, go ahead.
In the context of Aam Aadmi Party, if they argue on the pretext of on the record and off the record, I think it looks a very amusing logic. Because I would like to remind Mr. Arvind Kejriwal has openly said to the people of Delhi, if anybody asks you for any bribe or anything, have a setting with them, setting kar lo, and have a sting operation with them. It means you are legitimizing whatever is happening off the record, even for the administrative and constitutional purpose. And somehow, unfortunately on your part, a sting has been done by default. So in my opinion, with the true spirit of the Jan Lokpal and the true spirit of what Mr. Arvind Kejriwal has announced, he should take a conscious decision, what I term as a by default sting operation. Is there any point of conflict as far as the issue of content is concerned? No. It is just the issue of on the record and off the record. And I would like to say with a humble, you can say with a humble submission, as far as our leader is concerned, even if he uses, Mr. Narendra Modi uses the word Shahzada, then on the basis of pretext, interpretation, you accuse us so much. And here, when everything is clear categorically in front of the media, then you are saying it is off the record, so it should not be taken into cognizance.
No, so here's one part. You know, Kejriwal has spoken out. My question, which I'm going to come back to Professor Kamal Mitra Chenoy, if you have you seen the content of this tape, Professor Chenoy? Have you seen what has been said between this anchor and Mr. Kejriwal in this tape? Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen it. I was very fortunate. Someone from your organization came and played out the media clip for me, and
yes, so you have seen
responded, which you showed at the earlier part of this program. But I am grateful that Times Now did provide the information for me, that I and AAP were fully informed of what the problem was.
Thank you very much. Though I must say that, you know, despite that, the Aam Aadmi Party has always got a grouse against channels which ask them questions. If you have seen this, and I'm going to come to a more fundamental issue on the other side in a 3-minute break. My question is, Kejriwal has spoken against Ambani. He has asked Modi to find out what are the links between Ambanis and Adanis, etc., etc. He's ordered FIRs in the KG Basin case, spoken out against crony capitalism. Many issues may be justified. But here's the big one. Does it appear to you, Kamal Mitra Chenoy, and I'm going to take an answer from you on this other side, that in this conversation he's telling the anchor that I now want to tone down my criticism of corporates because then people in the workforce will turn against me? You see, he says what you have said about corporates is theoretical. I haven't elaborated. Those in the workforce will swing against me, including those against companies. That is why I have not deliberately read up about that debate. You can ask me about anything else. So in that conversation, does it appear that Arvind Kejriwal, who otherwise takes this hard position against corporates, is deliberately trying to pull back so that his attack on corporates does not affect his political interests? If it is so, is this not duality? And if the media asks a question, does the media get bought? Kamal Mitra Chenoy, I'll hear your answer on the other side. Okay. Welcome back. We'll spend 4 more minutes on this debate. And my question to Kamal Mitra Chenoy of the Aam Aadmi Party before I went out was that why is it that Arvind Kejriwal allegedly in this alleged video, which I don't, we've all seen on the YouTube and it's doing the rounds. It's gone viral, this Kejriwal video, hasn't it? Now, my question to you is why is it that in this video, Arvind Kejriwal says, I don't want to talk too much about corporates because, you know, if I go on about corporates, then the workforce vote bank will swing against me, including those against companies. That's why deliberately I'm not talking about this. You can ask me about anything else. Is that appropriate to do something like that? And why is he being careful? We thought Arvind Kejriwal. No? Then why does he say you can ask me about anything else?
No, Arnab, how is it inappropriate? If you speak to any trade union leader, he will say that while he is against corporate capitalism, in fighting corporate capitalism, he does not want the workers to suffer.
Wonderful, but that's not what he's saying. No, that's not what he's saying. He's not talking about workers suffering. He's saying, I don't want to go into that discussion because...
But we don't want the workers to lose jobs.
Excellent. Excellent. But then why are you saying, don't ask me about that, ask me about anything else?
We have to deal with...
Why is he saying, don't ask me about that, ask me about anything else?
No, that he was telling the media person, thinking that everything should be put in context.
Oh, so that kind of media is not bought out.
All of us
so that kind of media is not bought out media.
Here on this issue shows that there was need to place the issue in context, so that things were not misrepresented.
So that is good media. That is good media. We are bad media. Those who ask questions, we are all bad media. So in other words, in other words, in 2011, Kamal Mitra Chenoy. I have not
said bad media.
2011. Fine.
I have not said bad media.
I'll tell you one second. 2011. In 2011, Arvind Kejriwal.
And we continue our fight against corporate capitalism.
First of all, I think you decide whether you're fighting the...
capitalism, which is
Aam Aadmi Party should decide whether it's fighting the elections or fighting the media. There's no problem. In 2011, Arvind Kejriwal acknowledged that the media magnified the movement at Jantar Mantar and Ramlila Maidan.
Now, this... If I was fighting you, I wouldn't be here.
No, this video...
You are putting up straw... horses to bang. That's not the case. We respect the media. We are not... some of us are not boycotting you because we respect the media.
But then I'm telling you,
so we may not
so why is it, what is this new trend of the Aam Aadmi Party to boycott and target channels that criticize? Is that a good thing?
I didn't say Aam Aadmi's new policy. I'm a member of Aam Aadmi. I'm here. I'm not boycotting you, am I?
So does that answer the question, Sudhanshu Trivedi? No, you haven't. Thank you for that.
I trust the media and I'm speaking to you frankly.
Thank you very much for that. Sudhanshu Trivedi, answer the question here right now. Does the matter rest here? Or are you going to milk it further? This Kejri video.
As you have said, Arnab, as you have said, I am unable to understand that whether Aam Aadmi Party is really interested in fighting the election or fighting the media. Even for that matter, whether it is the issue of national integrity and sovereignty, whether it is the issue of constitutional institutions, whether it is the issue of established norms in the politics, or whether it is the issue of morality in politics, in all aspects their behavior is such that I think they do not want to correct the system, they want to control the system. And whatever is happening in respect to media, it is clear.
Well, you can't do that. Well, you can't do that.
In my opinion, 1 minute, let me complete. On 8th of December, when they won the Delhi Assembly elections, they come out with the flying colors. Now in the last 7 or 8 days, every day they have done such a thing that I would like to say. First, they went to meet Mr. Narendra Modi with no information to Mr. Modi but information to entire media. Then attacking on the BJP office. Then taking a chartered flight. Then their reaction of their workers' demonstration at Mr. Kejriwal's residence. And the ink thrown on their leader by their own worker. Then another leader accusing them. Now their episode with media, it shows that they are coming out with changing colors every day. Not with the flying colors, they are coming.
Well, gentlemen.
And the Gujarat government did not like to hear.
Gentlemen, no government.
You don't.
No. No government in power has been able to control the media. 1 minute. No government in power.
Without having proper appointment, and that too with media, will you allow him?
No government.
My straightforward question is.
No government in media. No government in power.
Kejriwal repeatedly tried for an appointment, not just once.
Fine. We are not talking about the appointment. No government in power has been able to control the media. No political party has been able to control the media. No politician has been able to control the media. Indira Gandhi could not control the media. This government, if it tried after 2010, was unable to control the media. The media will regulate itself, and hence it's better for the Aam Aadmi Party to fight the elections.
We are not interested in controlling the media. If the media controls itself and honors off the record and other things, we wouldn't even dream of
the media which asks questions
controlling the media.
You can't.
And it is best if you control yourselves.
Well, we will. The media controls itself, but for the Aam Aadmi Party, it's better to fight the elections than to fight the media. I think. It was about fighting elections.
The Aam Aadmi Party is delighted to come and discuss with you, Arnab.
Thank you, Kamal Mitra Chenoy. You are. I don't know about the Aam Aadmi Party.
Just your own.
Thank you very much for joining me on debate number 2. Debate number 3 is the big one. It's coming up in 2 minutes tonight.